Good morning here in Fergus, Ontario. Welcome to another episode of Give It a Year, Give It Another Year with me, Jenny Q. I am having quite the morning. I don't know when you're listening to this, but right now it's morning. It is 10 to 7, just before I head off to work. And I'm going to pause this just for a sec. Okay. I really want to make this a very, very, very short episode. So I'm just going to do the usual housekeeping stuff right off the top. This is a podcast diary. What does that mean? This is a podcast diary, which means it is a place in cyberspace that I am creating to have a place to share creation, communication, and reflection. It is basically a diary, but it's one that I've opened and I'm inviting you to come and share in when you want to. No two episodes will ever be the same. There is no sort of directive. I could talk about one topic one day, another day. For instance, I could talk about politics one day. I could share a story I write another. And a day like today where I'm just having oh my gosh, I got to share this. So that's what this is. This is not a space where it's going to be, I'm going to give you the solution to life or money or millions or, the perfect partner or whatever. This is not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about having a laugh, having some thoughts, having some reflection, and a place of positivity. That's really what this is all about. I always promise 4 podcast promises, and the reason I'm doing this early and rushing it is I feel like I broke one of my podcast promises, so I'm hopping up on it right now. And that first podcast promise is that I will be here one time a week, and so that's every Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, so I missed it last night, but I'll explain why in just a second. So it's okay that I missed it because I'm here now. My second podcast promise is that all the content will be original. It'll be my thoughts, my feelings, my reflections, my actions, my projects. I may reference someone or refer to people who I follow or I study, like Mel Robbins or Jim Rohn or Bob Proctor or Doug Dane or all sorts of wonderful people. I will reference them and sometimes, mention what they did to influence me, but dominantly this is all original content. Number 3, the content will be positive. I may talk about something that is, let's say, negative, but I will always put a positive spin on it. And my last promise is I will always leave you with a question or an idea to ponder. And that is it. So I'm still learning controls and how to make things sound smooth. They aren't, but I'm going to remove the music for now. I love that music. It's very awesome today. And okay, so today's entry, today's cyber diary entry is about, I made 2 little notes. Where did they go? See, this is kind of how my day has been, and it's only 7 a.m. Okay, I'm going to pause because apparently I can do that with these controls, and I'll be right back. Hang on. Believe it or not, that was a couple of minutes, and I'm back. I love this pause feature on the on the podcast. All right, so I'm calling this episode "Doubts of a Dreamer" because I'm the dreamer, and I've kind of come to this realization that through reading a book by Mel Robbins, actually, speaking of referencing people, called Take Control of Your Life, which is what I'm trying to do. And I'm realizing I am a dreamer and I'm a creative soul and there is so much I want to do. And so my doubts cause me to have perfection in what I do. And so I want to be perfect at everything. And I miss the fact that when I say everything, there's so much I'm doing. So I have my podcast, I have a blog, I have a website, I've written a book, I've been part of 2 books, I'm on a weight loss journey, I'm on a health journey, I'm on an art journey, I have my art work in a gallery, I'm beginning to workshops that I've created, plus on top of that, I work full time and I'm in a relationship. So I am a dreamer, and I think the problem is that perfection has been taking me down. So I keep forgetting and missing the fact that I am doing it. it being everything. I'm doing little bits of everything, and I am doing it. In my weight loss journey, I shared in my group that I'm a part of, I don't think there's any change. And they're all like, no, your photos look great. You are absolutely down 100%. I have recently been booked for 3 workshops, for my artwork or my art workshop, which is very exciting. And, last night, the reason I didn't do my podcast last night is because I was busy out with Chris, who's my partner, procuring some equipment so I can start building and creating livable art, meaning putting my art on bags and t-shirts and pillowcases and all sorts of things, home decor, and finding a new way to share my art. So that is all very exciting. I am running out of time because I have to go to work soon. So let me wrap this up by saying, being a dreamer, I think doubts come really easily because you have such a big vision, and when you don't see it coming with the little things you're doing, you don't think the big dreams are coming, but that's not true. And here's my proof. As a dreamer who has doubts, you need to have a reality check, and here's my reality check. And then I'm going to leave you with a question, and then I'm going to run off to work. Reality check. 3 years ago, I was in a place where I had come out of a marriage, was living on my own. I was renting a room in the basement of a house. I was on my own again, and I had a dream of building a life where I can be part of a community, where I can be the artist I want to be, and to be loved and be part of a family. It is now 3 years later. I used to complain of the space of the house I lived, of where I lived. I now own a house with Chris. I used to complain of not having time with a partner or having a boyfriend. And now I not only have an amazing partner and boyfriend and Chris, we own a house and we're building our art business and our business of creativity, which is amazing. I used to complain of not making money in what I was doing. I have just booked 3 art workshops. Now, it's not a lot of money, but it's a seed, right? It's a beginning. So it's happening. Reality check. I am beginning to build that part of the dream. And, it's just, I am doing the reps, as Mel Robbins says. I'm doing the reps and I'm making the moves. I live in Fergus now, and it's progress. It's all progress. And I'm so, so super proud of that. So, the fact that I'm sitting here pushing myself to do this podcast and stay to my commitment of my podcast promise. So it's a little late, but it's because I was out late last night. And so I haven't really broken my promise. I've just extended the timeline a little bit, and here I am. I've still done my podcast, so I should be very, very proud. And I hope that you really, really enjoyed this one. It's been a bit crazy. And so I'm going to leave you, as always, with some questions. So here's my question for you to ponder. What are you doubting in your life about what you're doing? Are you actually doing anything in the thing that you're doubting? So for example, if you're on a weight loss journey and you're still going to the gym and you're doing these things, but you're not seeing the progress, don't forget that you are doing the steps, you're doing the reps, you're doing what needs to be done. And I'm proud of you. That's amazing. Not that I know you, but if I knew you, I'd be very proud of you. Another question is, are you a dreamer? And if you are a dreamer, what are you dreaming? And how can you bring that dream into your life? It doesn't necessarily have to be that you're world famous or a millionaire or whatever. I know I'm going to be thrilled and excited just to have, I am excited and thrilled just to have my art and doing these workshops and just being able to share the joy I have in creating positivity in the world. And I know that sounds hokey and cheesy and whatever, but stay tuned, stay with me this year and you'll see what I'm talking about. And that's it. Those are the questions. And I like to leave every episode now with words to empower you, which is all connected with why I was out last night and getting the equipment I was getting and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, are the 3 things, and I'm going to bring the music back up, are the 3 things we can all do to infuse this world with positivity and happiness and love and energy. And the 3 things we can all do is we can share our smiles, share our love, and share our laughter. I can't go into all of the details of that, but I do in other episodes, and I'm probably going to do a whole episode just on those 3 things because it's the message I want to put on my art of my clothing, of my home decor that I'm going to do with this equipment I just bought. The whole message that we all have the power and the magic to share those 3 things to bring positivity in the world. And you don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have a lot of fancy stuff. You just gotta feel it and do it. So, have a great, wonderful Wednesday. Should have been Tuesday. Wednesday. And I definitely will be here again next week. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys soon.